Ho, 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 Merry Christmas! Yes, it's time for a classic TFL buddy review, and I need a buddy to help me review the brand new 2020 Lexus 300 Hybrid.
Yep. Believe it or not, we are not filming this in December. It is currently September 9th to be exact, and what is this weather?
It's Christmas, Tommy! Christmas in September. I'm ready for the Christmas music.
I know, it's nuts. But behind us is a new 2020 Lexus ES.
Yep, and we're going to take it for a ride. We're going to find out how fast it is from 0 to 60. We're going to find out if it can take us to lunch. We're going to see just how comfortable it rides. And at the end of this video, we're going to let you know whether you should buy it, lease it, rent it, or forget it. But why don't we start with the styling, Tommy?
Yeah, absolutely. Now, obviously I have no style, but the Lexus does. This is actually a very handsome car, and they said it's new. It's not really new for 2020, but it is still a very solid competitor if you want a very cushy and very comfortable sedan. Now, the front end of this Lexus ES 300h, of course, uses Lexus classic spindle grille. You know, of course, this is a hybrid because the emblem has blue accenting throughout. Full LED headlights here with the daytime running light in the Lexus L.
You know, when the spindle grille came out, Tommy, I thought it looked like a giant open maw, right?
Yep.
And little did we know that Lexus was in the forefront of design, because now, of course, Audi has this giant open maw, so does BMW. It's become a thing.
It looks just normal, actually. Now, this is a nebula gray. I think it's a brilliant color. These wheels are actually not all that big for a luxury sedan. These are just 18-inch wheels wrapped in Michelin all-season rubber. And actually, this is one of the best parts of the vehicle because pretty thick sidewall compared to some of the German competition, which means that this thing rides like a dream. Now, coming along the side, we do have some chrome accenting here in the mirror, and of course you've got the big chrome strip that surrounds the roof line and the window line here. In the back, a little bit of a spoiler. Take a look at that. Some additional chrome that accentuates the rear end. I do like the full LED taillights. I think they look super, super slick. Badging down here on the right says ES 300h. Because it's a hybrid, there are no visible tailpipes, but this, of course, does have a gasoline engine. Let's take a look underneath the hood.
Yes, Tommy, a gasoline engine, but also a battery.
Yeah, that's right. So this is a very similar power plant to what you'll find in, like, the Toyota Camry hybrid. 2.5-liter four-cylinder gasoline engine made into an electric motor powered by a 1.6 kilowatt-hour battery. Total system output, 215 horsepower. And of course, it sends that power through the front wheels. All right, Dad, I'm freezing. Let's head inside.
Ho, 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 let's go.
All right, so starting in the back seat of the Lexus ES 300h, huge amounts of legroom, 39.2 inches of rear seat legroom. This is my dad's driving position at 6.2 inches tall. That's not true. 6 feet 2 inches tall, and I have plenty of legroom. And even take a look at this. Enough headroom to be comfortable even on a long trip.
You know what I like about this car the best, Tommy?
It's gray.
No, the heated steering wheel, the heated seats. Oh my, on a cold, frosty morning like this is so comfortable. And I think that's the best word to describe this car, comfortable.
I'd say squishy. You know, I wasn't all that excited about the ES, if I'm being honest, because it's just a car that I think people in my demographic don't think about very often.
Are you saying it's an old man car, Tommy, like me?
No, I'm saying it's representative of your age.
Okay.
Which is the same thing. But I love this car so much. After spending the last couple days in it, it's just so incredibly refined and comfortable, and I could definitely drive this every day. I want to drive this thing like 1,000 miles in any direction.
Yeah, you just feel like it will never break.
Yep.
And it will not perform particularly quickly or, you know, burn up a track or carve corners, but I don't care. It's just such a solid, comfortable, and let's face it, very, I say, stylish car in the interior. I like the look of this almost industrial design.
It's dominated by this 12.3-inch info screen here in the center, but it is very useful. I like these little toggles for the climate controls.
Yeah, look at those numbers turned. That's so cool.
Isn't that cool?
Yeah, that is so cool. Look at that.
Yeah, it's very, very nice. And all the switch gear just feels nice to touch. And this is my favorite part, the volume and the tune knob in one. So a lot of other Lexus products use this, but the volume knob is the outer portion and the tune knob is actually the inner ring. That's a very great way to incorporate a 2-knob without actually having to use additional space.
Throw some Frank Sinatra on there. I kind of feel like this would be the car that he would be driving if he were still, around.
You're showing your advanced years there, Dad.
I don't know. All right, who would be my George Michaels? That would be my Frank Sinatra. How about that?
All right, well, should we go for a ride?
Yeah, let's go for a ride and let's play the options game. And that's, of course, thanks to our friend Moto Man. He kind of pioneered that, but basically, I'm going to guess how much the options in this thing cost.
I think you just turned it off, Dad.
I know. Well, no, come on. It was running and it was quiet. By the way, what's the architecture that this is built on?
This is the TNGA global architecture that Toyota Lexus uses. It's a pretty similar platform to like the Camry.
And the Avalon.
Yeah, it shares some components with those vehicles, but it is much nicer on the interior of this car. So,
what's the base price?
Base price of the 300H, which is a hybrid,
yep,
$41,760.
But this one costs more.
Yeah, this one is $53,810. So over $11,000 in options.
Yep. All right. Let me take a guess at how much they cost. Go for it.
Well, $12,000.
All right.
Bad math.
All right.
Okay. Blind spot monitor with rear cross traffic alert.
I'm gonna say that's like $1,200.
$1,065.
Not bad.
How about this? Ready for this?
Yeah.
The wireless charger. Right there, bam, you can see it there, and this actually opens both ways to access it. How much is the wireless charger?
$600.
Oh, way off, Dad.
Really?
$75.
Oh, wow, that's good.
How about the 10.2-inch heads-up display?
Oh, that's going to be expensive. $1,500.
$500.
Oh, I'm not doing well.
You're doing quite poorly.
Yeah.
How about the triple beam LED headlights?
Oh, those are going to be $2,500.
Yeah, $1,500, close.
I'm off by $1,000.
Power rear shade.
$500.
$210.
Okay.
And the navigation with Mark Levinson audio package.
$2,500.
Ooh, closest, $2,900.
All right.
Okay, a bunch of other ones. I'm going to skip some here.
Okay.
Illuminated door sills.
Okay, I'm always guessing too high, so I'm going to say $200.
$400. Not high enough. How about wood trim with ambient lighting?
$500.
$540.
Hey!
And lastly, let's do this one. All-weather floor liners with trunk tray.
Oh, $250.
$280.
All right, not
You
bad.
got better at the end there, yeah.
$4,000 is not inexpensive. I mean, it's a lot of money, but I feel like you get a lot of value for that. I feel like that's an appropriate price for this vehicle.
Oh, I agree completely, and there's just so much quality in here. This car feels like it'll last 200 and 250,000 miles with really little difficulty. Everything is just so incredibly well made, and it's just very precise when you drive it.
Yeah, it's kind of the opposite of, I'm going to go there, Tesla, in terms of the fit and finish.
Well, and in terms of the performance, but also in terms of...
Yeah, performance as well.
I think
the exact opposite. And we'll find out soon because we're going to do 0 to 60.
Ease of use, I think it's just much easier to use in a Tesla.
You like the hard buttons,
I
huh?
do like the hard buttons. Like, look at this.
Yeah.
Front defrost.
Yeah.
It's just a button. That's all you need.
Yeah.
I don't need to go into a screen.
Yeah, I know you spent yesterday hunting for the rear defroster in the Tesla.
Yes, we had a lot of snow yesterday, and that was quite the pickle. Eventually, I had to yell at it, but I found it is actually a shortcut.
Right, but here's where the Tesla would be much quicker, right? Put in sport mode.
Bam.
So 0 to 60 in that thing is like about 3.5 seconds. We've got a Model Y long term, by the way, which costs more than this actually, the performance. So let's see what this one does. Merging onto the highway in real world conditions at a mile above sea level with 3 people in the vehicle. Yeah, I know. Oh, I blew that Subaru Forester away.
Unfortunately, it didn't start working. Oh, there it goes. We're good.
Yeah.
9.97 from 0 to 60.
Wow.
I've read at sea level it's closer to like 8.1-ish.
Yeah.
With ideal conditions.
And not 3 people in the vehicle.
Not 3 people.
Hey, get the sound meter out. Let's see how quiet it is in here.
All right, ready? So 60 miles an hour.
Yep.
I'm going to close this up.
Yep.
Right around 59 decibels, which is absurdly quiet.
It's going to be one of the most quiet ones we've ever actually tested.
Yeah, and that's kind of where this car shines, is point it in a straight line on the highway and just...
It is dead solid, dude. Just dead solid.
Just let it cruise. So we do have these drive selectors up here, so you push in for normal, twist up for sport, and then down for eco, and you can see it actually changes the display in the center depending on how you have it set up.
And of course the gauges turn red, which is pretty cool. when you go into sport mode.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, so let's talk about the 12.3-inch display.
No. We gotta navigate to Snarfs. Navigate to Snarfs.
Say address, point of interest, preset, or previous destination.
No, that's not going to help. Just cancel.
Are you saying it's a fail?
Yeah, I'm saying that's a fail.
Yeah, I mean, manufacturers keep saying it's all about natural talk, but I would never even say navigate to Snarfs. I would say, this is what I would say. Ready? This is what I would do. Hey, dude, I'm hungry. Let's go to Snarfs. Lexus, how do I get to Snarfs?
Why would you call it dude?
I'm telling you, dude.
Please try again.
Yeah, cancel. So, let's talk about the screen. Now, you can see I went to touch it because some of the new Lexus systems now are incorporating touch displays. This is still using the old school style, so it's only the touchpad down here to control the actual...
Yeah, I'm not in love with that.
I'm not in love with that, but I do love the quality of the screen. Look how nice that looks. It's super vibrant, like just tons of colors, and it really is a crisp display. Isn't that nice? I really think that's nice.
Yeah, it looks like it's actually high definition. And let's face it, screens are now like the open grill a thing, and this one feels like it's current, but give it another 5 years and it'll feel tiny.
So let's go into normal mode. We're gonna go ahead and try out our rough section of road here and see how much the hula girl dances.
Yeah, 1 is no dancing at all, and of course 10 is I am out of control partying.
All right, we're about to hit some rough pavement.
Yeah, right now she's barely partying. Yeah, I can barely feel that, Tommy. I'm going to say, I'm trying to hit the bad parts of the road. But look at that. Maybe her skirt's moving a little bit. I'm going to give that maybe a 2.5. Maybe a 3 there. Up to a 3.
I think a 3.
Yeah, a 3.
Yep.
Certainly one of the most comfortable rides. There's no intrusion of coarseness or, even though this road is really bad right here, I still feel like I'm just gliding over the top of it.
I mean, this isn't going to be as fun to drive on a twisty road as an Infiniti or a Genesis or some of the German brands, but when you get it on a road like this or a highway, who cares how it handles? It's about being comfortable for long distances of time.
Yeah, sedans are kind of not in right now, and this is obviously a traditional sedan, 4 doors and a trunk. But as far as traditional sedans go, this has got to be one of the most, I would say, well executed of the bunch, at least in terms of traditional Lexus values, right? When you're looking at something that's very understated but yet very quietly elegant.
It does have bad cup holders.
What?
So you've got one cup holder here,
Yeah.
and then you have a square with the little bottom that comes out. But
Yeah.
I'm not sure how useful that is.
What does this thing do?
What do you mean? It's like the little
that's the little-
pull-up menu
That's the little home button.
on the infotainment display.
Yeah, I'm not in love with that. I also don't like this little.
Why? It's a
finger.
little hand. It's a little rester.
Yeah.
Look, it's like softer leather than the surrounding leathers.
Yeah.
Isn't that nice?
You know what it feels like? It feels like this whole thing feels like one of those blood pressure cuffs that you go in Walgreens and put your arm into to find out if you've got high blood pressure.
That's funny.
Yeah. So in terms of competition, we were trying to kind of rack our brains. Obviously, it's about the same size as a 5 Series and Audi A6, but unlike those, this is front-wheel drive.
It's also much more affordable in a lot of cases.
Yeah. Obviously, a 5 Series is
Maybe
rear-wheel
like
drive.
Genesis G80, but
Yeah.
that's also rear-wheel drive.
Yeah, Infinity,
I mean, the real competitor was the MKZ, the Lincoln, but that's
the
kind
hybrid,
of
which is gone.
dying. Yep.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's kind of an interesting. I guess maybe like a Avalon in some cases, like a fully loaded Avalon.
Which is, I think, built on a very similar architecture.
That one might even be a little bit bigger. I'd have to look at the numbers.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's head on back and then figure out whether you should buy it, lease it, rent it, or forget it.
No way! Well, in this video, you hit the car! Don't hit the car! What the heck? What a beautiful car you just threw a snowball at.
All right, Tommy, hybrids are all about fuel economy, so what's the MPG on our Lexus?
Well, get this, 44 combined.
Whoa, that is really good for a big ass sedan.
Really good.
All right, on the TFL scale of buy it, lease it, rent it, or forget it, what are you gonna give it?
I'm gonna give it a buy it. I think it's brilliant. I didn't like it so much at first, but 2 days in, I'm all about the ES.
Yeah, me too. I'm gonna give it a buy it. I could just sit down and drive this thing all the way to the North Pole for Christmas because, you know what? I can't wait for it to be Christmas and for this year to be over.
Yep, well, as always, thank you so much for watching, and check out TFLcar.com for the latest and greatest in new hybrid reviews.
You think I damaged the car?
You're worried about it.
All right, no Lexi were damaged in the making of this review.
No, you're fine. Careful, Dad, careful.